Val Harris? Val, how are you doing?
Okay, Your Honor.
How's this last week been for you?
It's been okay.
8 months in the program, you're in phase 2, and you're working on your phase 3 checklist. Is that correct?
That's right, Your Honor.
And how's that going?
It's going well.
Okay. How do you feel like you're doing on your medications? Any problems there?
No problems.
Okay. As you know, we did get a positive UA, and you've talked with the ACT team about that. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you give them a full disclosure of what's going on?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay. Tell me about that. What prompted the use?
My uncle died recently, and it hit me pretty hard.
Okay. So, situation of you self-medicating, making a bad decision?
That's right, Your Honor. I just messed up.
All right. So I can understand the stress and the triggers associated with that. Did you think to call the ACT team before you used?
No, I didn't, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that something that you've learned, that you've been here in the program 8 months or so?
Yeah, I should have called first.
Yeah. Looking back on that now, what would you have done?
Probably would have called my ACT team first.
Okay. Is this? Tell me whether this is just an isolated incident, or have you been using for quite a while now?
No, Your Honor. It's isolated.
Okay. Well, of course, we're concerned with that. I mean, use is a violation of the program, obviously, and so there's going to be a sanction imposed with that. And I mean, there's certainly periods of time where you've done well in the program. 8 months in, you're making good progress, close to phasing up to phase 3. So I am concerned about this particular incident and perhaps the failure to utilize the skills you've developed so far. One good thing is you came forward and you were honest about the use, and there was a disclosure there, so that's very good, and I'm glad to hear that. So we are looking at a possible sanction on this. Counseling?
You know, I think overall you've done very well in the program, and I understand that you've had a recent loss and that's been tough for you. We know that you have the skills in place to be able to avoid situations, so we just want to move forward and work on, utilizing those skills so that if something else comes up, that you're not in the same position.
One thing I am also pleased about is your work. How are things going at work?
My job's good, Your Honor.
Okay. Does your employer think you're a good employee?
I think so. I get along well with my boss.
Okay. Folk Rehab, what have you heard about his employment?
I've gotten really good reports from your employer. We're very pleased with the efforts you're putting forth to be a good employee, and I just encourage you to continue doing that.
Okay. So another positive thing that you're doing in the program. That's good. Probation, your thoughts on the matter?
Well, Val, it sounds like you've had some challenges right now that you're dealing with, and we just appreciate the fact that even though you made a bad decision, you turned it around and started making some good decisions, which was talk to the ACT team about the use. And so many people lie their way into jail, and the fact that you turned around and decided to tell the truth, you have the opportunity to work your way out of jail, and we just appreciate that.
All right. Well, the sanction is going to be 4 days of jail time, but you're going to be able to avoid that by working through a contingency plan. Do you know what a contingency plan is?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Well, that's something that you can meet with the ACT team, and they'll discuss that with you and outline what are the requirements in that contingency plan. By completing that contingency plan, you'll then be able to avoid that jail time. Again, you're doing good things in the program. You're making progress. I would like to see you use your skills more. Communication's key. Issues like this come up. I can understand the death of a loved one being traumatic and being a stressor, but that's when you need to step up and use the skills, communicate with the ACT team, let them help you with that. And that probably will be part of the contingency plan as well. So, you willing to go through with that? Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, Val.